Welcome to another episode of These Are the Aesthetics. I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. You know the vibes. A.k.a. Not my bitch, not my problem. A.k.a. When are you pulling up? What about you, Gary, man? Come on, talk to the people.
Man. You know, I'll go by Gary, a.k.a. In Gary We Trust, a.k.a.
Fresh cut.
a.k.a. Fresh Cut, a.k.a. What's on my feet. You do not have these.
Okay. And we have a special guest in the building.
Very special guest.
This is a guy that I've secretly been looking how he moves behind the scenes. This is Mr. Pangea, Mr. Energy.
I was gonna say, I can no longer go to this man's party.
Yeah, he's in a relationship now. He's been.
Oh, no. I got other ones. I got benches now. Don't worry. Well, you go those.
You got benches?
I got brunches now. You go those.
If you have ever heard the term, if your bitch went to Miami, she is never coming back, he helped with that notion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
We just want to give it up for
DJ
Thunder.
DJ Thunder, man. Listen, Pangea is crazy.
I don't know whether to salute you or sue you. Or
Hopefully the first. All right. You knew what you was coming into.
How does it feel to kind of create something that kind of took off on its own? Like,
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it took off on its own, but I would say it definitely took off a lot faster than we anticipated.
Okay.
So when we the first two of them, because very few people know about the first couple ones, so we two of them that max maybe had like 200 people.
Okay.
And then the next one after that, boom, we went to like 1,500. Right. So the issue we always had with Pangea was we always underestimated the growth of how fast it was gonna grow. So we always got venues that we were like, oh, it's gonna be big enough for the amount of people we're gonna have, and then boom, psych, right? So, so we always branded stage. Now we're good though. Now we got a good, consistent size crowd, and then we also have a very big venues that we work with.
You can talk your shit. Y'all got money now.
We have the resources.
Very politically correct, very polished.
Got the resources.
Oh my God. How did the name come about? Like, how did you come up with the name?
All right, so for me, I kind of heard the name a while back when I was a kid. I heard the name like in my geology class. The idea that if you look at all the continents from North America, Africa, Europe, all that South America, they all fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. So if you squeeze them all together, you can see that they kind of fit together. So there's this theory that they all used to be one continent at one time. And what geologists decided to name this continent, this supercontinent, was Pangea. So I connected that with the idea of parties because as a DJ, I was always seeing that people would always have parties like against each other, right? Like there'll be 5 parties on Friday, Saturday night, not a damn thing to do. Right, so I always thought that was kind of stupid. So, and then you always had promoters working against each other, DJs working against each other, like that. And then people, different crowds. You have the American crowds, Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinis, Latinos. I always thought it would be much cooler if we just bring them all together, right? Okay. So I used to name Pangea as kind of a way to metaphor that in as like we should all be partying together rather than separate. So the first couple of Pangeas, I actually contacted every promoter I knew that I ever, that's one of the benefits of being a DJ is that you get to be friends with all promoters rather than enemies, right? Because promoters all hate each other.
Low key.
Yeah, but as a DJ, they have to work with you at some point. So because of that, they're at least cordial to you. They nice to some degree, like that. So I was able to contact them months ahead of time. I was like, I'm having a party on this day. Don't throw a damn thing that whole weekend.
They're like, who the fuck is this guy?
And how much money am I expecting to make?
Yeah, so what I do with them is I pay them all off, right? And then I also, be like, oh, by the way, if you want to come in, with you and your people, just let me know. I'll grab you or whatever. Boom, like that. So for a lot of them, they just saw it as a way for them to make money and not do a damn thing, right? So they'd say, yeah, of course, like that. So even then, it was still small. So the thing was that once we introduced the BYOB to it, that's when it really blew up.
What year was that?
This was back 2015. This is still like very early Pangea, right? So we did a BYOB one, same thing. maybe about 200-300 people. But the people that came had such an amazing time that the very next one we had about 1,500 people. So you're talking about multiplying your crowd times like 6, 7, like that.
It's crazy.
So and of course we got a lot of publicity at that one because that one got shut down because the venue was too small. And oddly enough, people still came to the next one, like very big, So that's when we kind of started realizing, like, people don't really care, like they just want to get lit, like that. So also because we were also very, I never believed in keeping people's money. So for any of the ones, because we've been shut down twice, for any of the ones that ever got shut down, I always put online, go to the Eventbrite, request a refund, or just keep it. If you keep it, I'll move it to the next one. Just email me, contact me, whatever.
Good business.
Like that, yeah. Because at the end of the day, like that $30, $40, I'm gonna make by keeping your money doesn't compare to the hundreds of dollars I'll make from you coming back continuously over the next couple of years. Like that. So
smart tactic.
Yeah, it's crucial to give up that small amount for the big amount later, like that. You can't think small minded because the people that fail a lot of times are the people that just want the cash now. You can't seek the cash now. If you look at guys like Jeff Bezos, he was damn near like, he was making tons of money, but he wasn't enjoying none of it because he kept reinvesting like that. Now, he got to be the richest man alive. Same thing with Elon Musk, like that. Back when he was starting at Tesla, all talking shit about him, he had to use his own money to keep the company alive like that. Look at him now, fucking rich man alive like that. So you have to be able to sacrifice that initial bit for the big payoff at the end.
Yeah, I like that because I always tell people, like, starting something, like, you have to accommodate people. You have to do a lot of shit for free. And you have to take risk. And I feel like, just like you said, making someone feel comfortable, accommodating, like, the promoters.
Yeah.
And just making sure everybody is open and be like, oh, this guy is not only after the money with the open door policy, pretty much like, yo, if you didn't enjoy yourself or you got shut down early, you could get your money back. Hold on to the ticket.
Yeah, there was a lot of people.
I think it's just respectable.
There was a lot of people that got in at 10. Party got shut down around 1. And I can see what time the tickets got scanned, right? And my partner was like, no, screw that more. Like, they had a good time. No. But look at it. They got there at 10. The party said it was going on till 4. At the end of the day, we owe them a party till 4 regardless of whatever time they came.
Yeah,
that's true.
They didn't get that, so they deserve the refund.
Yeah.
Like that. So that's always how I look at it. It's like, you can't, because we all, my partners are very big on, like, they care obviously about the customers, but they also very big on, okay, how do we need money to grow the brand, like that, right? So we're always going back and forth as to, like, it's not about us. It's about the clients, the customers, like that. Yep. It's about their experience. Their experience determines our growth, not our immediate income.
So I want to address one elephant in the room. You are not black.
Not at all.
Not 1%.
Not that I know of.
Hey, that shit shot the fuck out of me. 2016?
Hold on, because the reason why, before audience are like, what the fuck you mean, Gary? Like, because, like...
You have to go to my parties to understand.
So, the music that you play, you are playing some reggae, whereas, like, only Jamaicans would know.
Yeah.
Like, you're playing the old school vibes, the Buju Bantans, the Idonias. You're, like, literally playing cuts, like, really, like, strictly cuts. You're playing, like, soca?
Yeah, soca, compa, zoo, all that. Like... I just like it.
and the main reason why, like, I was like, whoa, he's Hispanic? Because, like, a lot of Hispanic DJs play reggaeton.
Yep.
But you don't really play as much reggaeton in your parties like that. Why is that?
No, why I play it with the crowd is for that. Like that. So I cater my set. Like, I guarantee you can see me at 5 different parties and hear 5 completely different DJ Thunders. Right.
That's skill. That's skill for some of you out there. Like, you can't just put a bunch of records together and go out.
And I promise, I swear I heard you speak patois before, at least on the mic.
Nah. I was probably the one of the MCs working with me. Nah. That's also why a lot of times people get confused because they thinking that, a lot of times they don't know who's the DJ on stage. If there's 3 or 4 guys up there. Like
I just hear cuts.
You just see a bunch of guys up there, something's going on, blah, 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 right? Like that. So a lot of times people might see one of my other DJ friends who is black, right? Talking on the mic, saying something, they might think that he's DJing or that he's DJ Thunder like that. But then so once they meet me and they're like, oh, I thought that. The most common thing I get is, I thought you was black, or I thought you was just light-skinned black, or I thought you was Haitian, or I thought you was Jamaican, and I'm like, nope, it's pure 100% Latino, and racially I'm probably just mostly white with a little bit of native, but that's about it. And that, Yeah, it's not.
I respect that. I respect that because it truly speaks on your skill set and your ear for music. It tells me like if you wanted to be an A&R, like you know what works.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying just by looking at the people, because I always respect the DJs because you guys bring the vibes and the energy, and we just come and we do whatever we want and take it to whatever level we need to take it. But just like Gary just said, the fact that you there's predominantly a lot of black, Caribbean people at your functions. Do you incorporate them in your business? Or like how did that love for that Caribbean culture started? Like,
all right, so it all, to be honest, when I got to college, up until I got to college, most of what I knew musically was like hip hop or rock music and pop like that, right? So I was big in either rock or hip hop. Those were my two ones, right?
Sorry to cut you off. Like while you're explaining your story, where are you from exactly?
Oh, well, I was born in Nicaragua.
Okay, and where did you grow up?
And then I came to the U.S. when I was 5, lived in Miami for most of my childhood, and then I moved to Tampa for high school, and then I came back to Boca for FAU college.
Okay.
Like that. So I got to college, and this was my first. By the time I got to college, I had no idea what a DJ was. I had no concept of it. I've been to the club maybe one time my whole life.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, because when I was in high school, all I did was work, baseball, and school. That was it. Okay. So I didn't do nothing else. I had no social life whatsoever. I had no, I didn't attend like one party in high school, none of that, right? Because I was too busy either working or school like that and baseball. So all I did when I got to college, that was my first time having free time. I decided I was not gonna get a job. I was not gonna do sports, and I was not, and in college, you're only there fucking a couple hours a day, a day, really. It's not like high school where you're there 8 hours. You're there maybe 2-3 hours for the most part every day like that. So first time I had free time, I learned how to DJ, and the first people that put me on were some friends of mine that was like, oh, we're DJing house party, boom, DJ house party. All I knew again, mostly hip hop. From DJing those parties, the Caribbean Student Association at FAU hit me up. And they were like, we like the way you mix. We're going to give you some songs. We're going to slide you some songs that we like. Some mostly dancehall, but a couple soukous. And they were like, play these songs. And we're going to, we're going to,
it's going to go up.
It's going to go up.
The cheeks will be moving.
I don't know what the hell is playing. Obviously, as much as Jamaicans can say they speak English, Patois is very far from English.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. They say, it's broken English.
It's broken. As a Jamaican, I can say, all right, the thing is, like, there's some Jamaicans, obviously, that speak faster than others, for sure. Yeah. But, like, as far as,
there's some Spanish people I don't understand because they're speaking too fucking fast. I know that, yeah.
But, like, I hope you know, like, a lot of Jamaicans that speak Patois, if you go to England, they're talking, like, basically the same.
Yeah, no, remember, because they only recently had their independence, not too long ago. You have people that were alive back when England was still running Jamaica.
That's crazy, right? It's fucking crazy.
So I get it. No, I know, because I always find it funny because the way they sound, Jamaicans a lot of times, and people from England, they sound very similar sometimes.
Yeah.
Even in some of their terms, some of the dialects like that. But yeah, so I'm playing these songs. I don't know what the hell these guys are saying. I get like every other word, even to this day. Like I'm a little better understanding it, like some of the dancehall records, but I'm still like, man, I don't know what this man is saying.
So when you playing vibes, you be like, oh, they that ass is moving, so fuck it.
I get the general idea. I just separate my songs into different vibes, right? So you have your songs that are, for guys, little bullet songs. I call them like that.
Bullets.
Like that. And then you have your.
Let me get the niggas hype.
Yeah, and then I have like a wine crate that's like for girls, and then sing-alongs and classes like that. So I separate them like that, and then from there, I kind of see a crowd's reaction when I play a song. I'm like, okay, cool. This gets mostly the guys into it. It gets most of the girls into it, and then from there I can kind of understand what the context of the song is.
Okay, so I have a quick question. So, if it's time for like, if your homie's like, bro, Thunder, play some shit where you like the girls like just shaking ass nonstop. What are 4 to 5 songs you can think of instantly to play?
Ooh, depends on the crowd, honestly, because girls, wherever you go, girls can shake ass to different shit.
Jamaicans, Haitians, and Trinis.
All right, so Jamaicans, for the longest time, they've been using the same song that I put on for Pangea a while back, which was "Throat" by Gage. That one hasn't failed me yet.
That's my shit, bro.
When we use that song for the recap, no Americans knew it. No
That's
Americans
true.
knew that song when we used to
Bro,
recap.
that's my shit.
Every American knows that song now.
That's
Only
my
South Florida.
shit, bro. I swear to God, Reese, if you watching this, y'all, you know that's my shit. Oh my God.
That boy Reese is like,
Fam. One day I make a baby to that shit, bro.
Probably. Like
what's
that.
another song?
I just like the beat. It kicks in hard when it comes in.
Yeah.
But beyond that, you see.
I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah, American. Oh, it's tough. Cause always you have the classics, obviously like Back That Ass Up, but then you also have newer songs.
You got Freako.
Yeah, you got Freak Hole. You got a lot of the Megan stuff. You know, whatever new trend is on TikTok like that. So it depends. Like, you know, you have a lot of older songs, newer songs, and then depending on the age too. So some older people, they don't like going super fast. You know, so a lot of the Jersey songs you couldn't play for people over 25.
Understood.
You know, because they're not as high energy as they used to be. Now, if you got a crowd that's 18, 19 years old, you can go super high energy for 3 hours and they're going to be down. But different vibes, you know, also, are they dressed up or are they more like dressed down? Like that.
Gotcha.
Is it a Pangea party or is it a brunch? Like that. So depending on the kind of environment you're trying to have people in, because the same person one night, you know, that getting wild, some high energy stuff, right? Next day they're at a brunch, they just want to vibe. They want to be on some R&B, you know, two-step kind of shit like that. So depending on the audience, it kind of changes around on that. Let me see. As far as Trinis, ooh, that's a tough one. They got a lot of ass shaking music. Let me see.
And I love it.
Yeah. That's why Carnival is so great. It's like 10 hours of straight dancing.
Bro, Carnival, I don't know what the fuck be going on at Carnival. I be seeing mothers and their babies and then 5 feet away. Bro, girls getting loose.
Yeah, I remember it's a deep part of the culture. So, you know, for them, it's not weird. Or like it's same thing with a lot of Spanish people. It's very common that if you date a girl, suppose you're dating a girl that's in her 20s, right? Mm-hmm. It would not be weird if you met her at the club and she was with her mom.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's actually very accurate.
In Spanish culture, that is very common. But that's also because of the vibe of the music, right? So soca's a very happy kind of music, right? Mm-hmm. Any song, all soca songs are mostly about like loving life and drinking and partying like that. So it's very happy, cheerful music like that. Same thing with a lot of Spanish songs, like especially merengue, bachata, salsa. Those are very happy songs like that.
Like follow the leader,
like
follow
that.
the leader.
Yeah, like that's something you could do as a 5-year-old, you could do as a 50-year-old. It's not gonna do different. Now, of course, you know, depending on the crowd, you might get a 50-year-old that might get some heavy twerking song, but that's not everybody like that. So yeah, so that's why, you know, they can do it, and it's like the whole family's there, and it's great like that. It's, you know, because you could dance like that with your family, like that, especially in Spanish culture. You could dance a salsa merengue song with your mom, and nobody looks at you weird, you know. But you can't be like, back that ass up and then you try to look at your mom. That's just a little weird. Yeah.
That's sick.
I'm glad you kind of say like the student union kind of like put you on game with the, you know, selection of songs.
So that was CSA, Caribbean Student Association. They put me on game with the Caribbean music. Okay. And then KK, Combi Creole, they put me on with the Haitian music. Okay,
so now you've been doing this for a while. And, you know, let me ask you an off-the-wall question. I'm pretty sure you've had a few chocolate women in your life.
The vast majority of women I've been with are black, yeah.
So you know
that definitely gives you the inspiration.
That gives you, let's call it inspiration.
Like,
so that really influence your taste.
Yo, audience, like this man be playing some cuts when I be like, bro,
you have to feel it. You have to feel this to play this.
And the way he be chopping it up, I'm like, nah.
Somebody gave it up on the way here.
A grill this morning, nigga.
Oh
my God.
All right, so I have. It's funny. A lot of times I will know more about the music than they will, and it would shock me. Like that, I dated this one Jamaican girl for I'm gonna say about 3 years.
Damn.
And I knew more dancehall and reggae than she did. And then I was like,
put her on game.
You don't know this?
Nah, it's cool. I'm your daddy now.
But yeah. So sometimes they'll hit me up. So here's the thing. So I tell this to DJs all the time because DJs have this habit where they, a lot of DJs, like a lot of people, regardless of the profession, are very full of themselves, right? So they think they're above doing certain things, right? So a lot of DJs, they think they're above taking requests at a party, they're like, no requests like that, boom, boom, like that. Now, I get for a huge party, because if you take requests, now you're taking like a request every single second because there's so many
That's
people.
annoying.
Like that. But for a party of 300-400, you can do it because you might get 10 requests the whole night, and that's manageable, right? So, or my favorite ones are the DMs, or they'll at you, on Twitter, or they'll be like, oh, can you play this song? I always give it a shot, right? I always, okay, cool, let me check what they're talking about. So I go, look at the song. Do I think it could fit into what I'm doing? If it does, then great. If it does not, like that. And there'll be a lot of times where I'll get some songs where I don't know what the hell's going on in the song because I don't speak the language. But I play at a party, crowd goes wild. I'll be like, save this bitch. Like,
that's in the mix. That's
gonna be that's gonna be a standard now.
All right, this is the last question I'm gonna ask you before we get into the shits. What's the most what's the oddest request you've had? Someone offering you some shit, particularly women to get in your party for free.
Oh, to get in what? He's the most common. So a lot of times people, they'll be like, girls like you because they trying to, go to your stuff. And I'll tell them, no, man, look, we could have had sex Friday night, Saturday night at Pangea.
I'll tell you that.
You're not getting for free. You're not even skipping the line.
Straight like that.
Bro,
business as usual.
This man right here, bro. This man has literally no discrimination when coming in line.
Yep.
Your ass gonna be in line for an hour.
And your ticket is $40, bitch.
You paid already. And you still gonna wait in line for an hour.
We worked on the line one for a while because I didn't like that. Now I say 5 to 10 minutes is the average wait time now. The ones in Wynwood. But yeah, that one, the helicopter one, that must have been at least a 3 hour.
Do you want to get into that? Since he brought it up?
It's
save that for later?
We're gonna save that for later. But again, like I was telling you off camera, what I like about your party, just like Gary just said, is no discrimination, and I feel like that works because if I drop $50, I'm gonna go hard and have fun and get as many dances as I can. And when women are invested into something, like whether it's their hair, their wardrobe, they go hard. So if they drop $25 to $40 for their ticket, they're gonna make sure they shake their ass for 3 hours straight.
Oh yeah, and I want to put the narrative out there. I went to Pangea for research purposes.
Research only.
We were studying.
We were studying to have this interview today.
Exactly.
To have this pod
today. He knew ahead of time, years in advance, before he even had a studio.
You a genie.
Saw it coming.
Man, all right, let's start with the shits, Gary. Yeah, I'm gonna let you start it off.
All right, so in this topic, I have know what you sign up for.
Yeah.
The reason why this topic came up, we were actually supposed to talk about this last week, but got too carried away. But with this topic, I brought it up because there's a lot of people that ask for a task, they get the task, and then they complain about it.
Ah, okay.
Sometimes I want to be like, you kind of know what you sign up for, basically you're a DJ. When it comes with being a DJ, there's going to be a lot of people, your phone is going to go off consistently every single day. Yeah. And obviously, you're going to have your days where it's like, man, fuck, man, I just want to fling this shit in the ocean. But then again, it's like, you know what you're signing up for. Yeah. Because you have to have, a lot of, resources, got to know a lot of people. And another good topic I have for this section is with Kyrie Irving. Do you follow basketball at all?
Not really. I only watch the games here and there. I'm not really
all right, that's cool.
So what's the story?
Well, with Kyrie, he missed 7 games.
Jesus.
He missed 7 games.
Was it injury or what?
For no fucking reason. For no fucking reason.
He just didn't show up?
His team couldn't contact him. This man just says, fuck it, I'm just going to be away.
Mental breakdown or something?
I guess he says it's for, personal family reasons. Okay. And plus, there was also... I don't even think it was supposed to go on that long, but the fact is that a video came out of him at his sister's birthday party. Okay. Him not wearing a mask, and obviously NBA protocol. You gotta be very, you gotta be safe. If you're caught on camera around people, your mask gotta be on basically. Yeah. But and the thing is, it kind of pisses me off sometimes because, bro, you get $30 to $40 million a fucking year.
You under a contract, sir.
You're under a contract. I understand you're supposed to have fun because you're playing basketball, but this is still your job. Yeah. And then, when you come out having an interview, he was literally having the interview with, very popular reporters like this. Like a kid that, you ever seen, a kid just, in, math class, just yo, when is this shit gonna be over? I'm like, bro, you're getting paid $40 million a year. How about you freaking sit up straight? I understand, work can be stressful, but you knew what you signed up for.
Be professional.
You have to talk to people. You got to play your A game. It's this is my issue. You're getting paid $40 million. Just show up. Yeah. So what's your take on it when it comes to, knowing what you sign up for?
No, I think you should definitely always keep in mind what it is exactly that your job requires. You know, you understand what it is that it requires, and then you do what you're supposed to do. And that, I think also you have to keep in mind that for his situation, you know, we don't know what was in his head, what you know, what his thought process was at the moment, because a lot of us, you know, we all know the first couple of days we start working somewhere, you know, we're the best employee in the freaking world. We're immaculate, right? But after a couple of months working there, we start slacking off a little bit. We start coming late. We start not really caring or like doing the bare minimum just not to get fired, like that. So I understand too, like depending on his situation, you know, I don't know what he was going through like that. Of course, sometimes you do have to put on an act to keep your job, like that. So yeah, he probably could have, you know, I guess been a little better about it, like that. But yeah, I honestly don't know as far as to his own situation.
Well, basically, like before, like you go, Cheech, like you're a DJ, you're one of the biggest DJs in South Florida. Yeah. Obviously, I don't think DJs, like, if you have high anxiety issues, maybe you shouldn't be a DJ.
Yeah, what's the artist's name, the female, that has, like, anxiety?
Summer Walker. Summer Walker.
Yeah,
Summer Walker. Yeah. But see, the thing is, like, when you're DJing, you have, like, probably, like, 5,000-6,000 people dancing. Like, you're literally controlling the whole, not even the room, the whole freaking field.
Yeah, basically.
Obviously, you really can't have the highest anxiety. You really have to be the calmest. And, like, Am I going?
No, you got it.
Yeah. So you have to be calm. You have to know what you're doing. But if you have like high anxiety issues, maybe you shouldn't be a DJ because you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
And I just think like you have to maintain a certain level of professionalism. Yeah. Meaning like, okay, you're gonna have your good days and your bad days, but you have to also just channel that inner thought that this is what I manifested. This is what I want to do. Like you have to be humble enough to go back to the place in you that have to think like, okay, cool. This is what I want to do. This is what I signed up for. And people are relying on me to, provide a specific service. Mm-hmm. So I can't, it's like, if you DJing, you cannot come there with an attitude. It's like, people are going to want to dap you up. People are going to want to say what's up.
No matter what you got going on, you got to be at that event.
And you can't hurt your brand. You get what I'm saying? You can't be the cocky dude, too cocky, too arrogant, because that's going to hurt the brand. Whatever is going to take to maintain that, to maintain the brand, your face, because your face card is precious out here. Because especially like with you, like it's word to mouth marketing for your parties. Like somebody had to be there, had fun, and then invite somebody else next time. Repost the flyer or send it out to people. So you have to, it's fine, bro. Do a 5-minute interview. Go back in the locker room. Like it does not take much. But I do want to say also, to be devil's advocate here, like, okay, we should have asked him how his mental health was. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I feel like just like the same attitude you have, people are looking at you like, yo, you getting $40 million. Bro, relax. All we ask from you is 48 minutes on the floor, do maybe a 10-minute interview, and go home. That's not even an hour. Relax. Yeah.
Vocalize to a scene. But
that's all. You know what's crazy though? The reason why I'm leaning more towards your side, because it's part of your contract. Yeah. You have to play with kids. You have to do interviews.
Yeah, like it's public image thing.
Yeah, it's like LeBron. You think LeBron want to be there and post and repost and tag and engage on the internet?
$30 to $40 million a year. You know how hard it is for niggas to make over $40,000 a year?
Exactly.
It's hard to show sympathy for some niggas, bro.
Yeah, it is. That I agree with. But he definitely, like, his professionalism level, like, some niggas don't have a PR, bro. They don't have a publicist. They don't have someone like that's willing to like snag them by the ear and be like, yo, you fucking up. Like, that's not a good look.
And something I know you can definitely touch on, like a woman knowing what they sign up for.
Oh, 1,000%. You met, but fuck it. Let's keep it on the party side. You met me at a party, bitch. I'm not gonna meet you and never go to a party again. You met me at a club. You met me, I was a DJ. Now don't cry and say, oh, you got too many hoes. No, this is what I do. I have female promoters.
You love the club, don't you?
I have yeah.
So let's say you met her at a party. All right. And at the party, she was like in a thongkini shaking hella ass. Boom,
yeah.
Boom, boom,
oh, I know where you going with this.
All right.
Throwing that ass in a circle of 20 niggas.
Then y'all get together. All right. A year in.
Okay.
You see, she's at the party again. You know, you see on people's IG stories. Boom, doing the same thing in a thong, jumping on dicks and shit, doing all that wild stuff. You cool with that?
I'm okay. Cool.
She getting picked up by niggas like Reese.
Wait, hold up. Listen, there's definitely guidelines in any partnership, situationship, relationships. If we establish that, you know, because I've seen it done. Yeah. Like, if we establish that, you know, you can go to a party and have fun. If we both there doing the same thing, that's fine. Yeah. But if I have respect enough for my relationship or situationship to not do it to you, I don't expect you to do it. Because I've met women at Pangea that come with their group of girls and they dance on their girlfriends all night.
All night.
You get what I'm saying? And, as much
those are the taken women. Those are the taken women.
As much as I hate that, but which I love Pangea because bitch, I can hit a lap and fucking fuck with Susie down there that's giving it up.
It's always gonna be like. There's gonna be times you love an event when you're single, but you hate that event when you're taken. Like that.
Exhibit A.
Like that. Like that. Like I always tell guys, like there's certain events you go to when you're single with your boys, and there's certain events you go to when you got a girl.
Oh, like, you shut that bitch up by bringing her. Like,
hey man, when you like bring the benches, just put like, yo, these are the aesthetics right there on the benches.
That's crazy. We definitely advertise. One, if you come out to Pangea, we single. I don't care. Like that. You're probably single to some degree. Of course, you know, if the girl says, nah, I'm not interested, of course, don't bother her at that point. But everyone comes in with the mentality that everyone else in there is single. Or at least if they're not single, they're at least going to down to dance or something. You know, some people in their relationships, they allow dancing with others like that. So that you know, that depends on your individual relationship like that. But yeah, I know it's tough. The only thing I say that's really true all the way to the idea that you know what you signed up for, that's like, you know, it's going to be the same pre and post relationship, is let's pose like this. Suppose you date a girl, right? And previous to you dating her page was like, you know, just regular pictures of herself, selfies, family, whatever, her going on vacations, whatever, right? Of course, later on when you're with her, if all of a sudden she starts posting like, you know, thong pictures and,
who are you know,
bent over, and you're like, whoa, where'd this come from? Like that, right? It'll throw you off.
This should be sent to my phone. What are we doing?
But yeah, but it'll throw you off, right? And it's not that there's anything inherently wrong with doing that. That wasn't what you signed up for, right? You got with a whole different person like that, right? Now, same thing. If you got with a girl, right? And before you got with her, she was a stripper. And of course, if you're a stripper, you have to post your naked stuff online.
You definitely should know what you signed up for.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't get with her and then be like, oh, you can't do that no more. No, bitch, like you knew what she did. Like, and of course, as a stripper, she has to market her body. That's what she's selling in a sense, right? At least the image of her body, like that, right? So you have to fully understand this is gonna continue after the fact, like that, right?
Do your parties get blamed a lot for ruining relationships?
But they also start a lot of them too, so it's, you know, it's a hit or miss.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people were conceived from Pangea.
Yeah, probably at it. Who knows?
Bro, a lot of plays get formed after Pangea, bro. You have no idea.
If you have a hotel room, that alone will get a girl to your crib.
Yeah, easily. Especially like I said, the one that we had right next to the party.
That shit was crazy.
I heard some stories about that.
We gonna get to 2017 spring break.
All right, let's shoot back to Tampa. You did say like you lived there for.
Yeah. So I went to a high school there. So
how excited are you that the Tampa Bay Bucks are going to the Super Bowl?
Pretty good. I'm actually just more excited for Brady, to be honest. I felt like the majority of his career, he's always been marketed as like an average quarterback who just happened to be on a great team.
Yeah.
Like that. So I'm glad that he's able to prove, like, nah, bitch, it's me, bitch. Like,
He's fine. And
I'm the greatness.
Yeah.
What's impressive is, like, the first year you signed to
right away. Like, that's wild.
Because, just like you said, when Brady was playing for the Patriots, it was just like, oh, you know, Bill Belichick is just a genius. He's
like
just...
He's put together the best team in the world.
Exactly.
His credentials.
And I knew... I always respected Tom Brady because... He was one of those few quarterbacks that was he allowed the team to take away from his bonuses to get other players. Yeah. So he's very selfless in that sense. And what that teaches me is I want as many good pieces around me as and he believes in the potential of players. Like look how he kind of rescued Antonio Brown. Yeah. And we was having this conversation at my job. I'm like, every time, you know, Tom Brady accomplishes something, there's always like some bullshit attached to it. You know, Deflategate. this and that. I'm like,
The
bro,
refs.
this man has surgery in his hand. Oh, he has a robotic finger. Like, bro, you cannot win 6 rings by having luck and by doing tricks.
Yeah.
He is too rich. He has no time for all those tricks. This man is in love with practice. Yeah. This man plays football every fucking day.
It's remarkable he can still play as good.
You get what I'm
this
saying?
man
Like,
can probably go to sleep with a football.
Bro, let's give people their flowers when they're here. And I'm like, yo, this is just legendary shit that we are watching.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just not giving him all the credits. And I feel like if he wins this year, he's going to retire.
Yeah, I would too, honestly.
And just like Peyton Manning. But I feel like if he loses, he would still win because he would look like he's passing the baton to Patrick Mahomes.
The fact that you were going to the Super Bowl your first year on the team.
Yeah.
The story always been, it was his team, right? Mm-hmm. His team didn't even make the playoffs. Yeah. Like that.
So it shows
the team
you, like,
he moved to went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So he's winning.
Yeah, he could clearly prove it was me.
And I think he only signed like a 2-year contract.
There you go, yeah.
And I can't wait to see the amount of money that
Oh, yeah. No, I would
and if he wins, we're going to have to rethink that Patrick Mahomes contract.
Oh, yeah.
$450? Like, how much are you giving Brady for whooping his ass? Like, I'm curious to know. Because he's supposed to be the new talent that comes in and revamp the NFL brand. Like,
don't even
if you let a 42-year-old nigga whoop your ass, oh my God.
Bro, some of these athletes get paid way too much money. Bro, Kyle Kuzma was getting $40 million. For what? Scoring 5 points a game?
Shit.
Bro, Ben Simmons is getting paid how much money? He can't shoot a lick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, but he has good fundamentals. He can pass the ball.
I can pass the ball for 40 mil.
After you win the Super Bowl, you can ask for some crazy numbers.
Yeah, shit.
That's all he did. He was like, I'm gonna wait to get a nice contract after I win.
Oh my God.
Man was thrilled. He didn't want to show it, professionalism and shit. He can't be too hype. But he was hype.
Love that meme he does, like the...
he got drunk in the back too. Like, yeah, man, I see a commercial with that man's face all the time.
One thing I do respect though about you is how private you keep your life. You only post fly. If you go to your page, you have a few, family pictures or just off your face, but you really don't get too personal.
No. Well, I mean, as far as let's start with the posting. For me, posting most of the times, I kind of strategically try to do it, especially with my stories. Where I notice that people, if you're always posting flyers, people get bored of that. Mm-hmm. It's like flyers are commercials essentially, right? So you wouldn't watch a TV channel that was nothing but commercials, right? True. So you have to give them entertainment in between that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna post like personal stuff like, oh, I can't stand this man or fuck this, or, like blah blah blah, or like I have no real friends. Like that's
all my friends are dead.
That's nobody's business. That's nobody's business. Nobody cares.
Like nobody wants to see this overly emotional fucking shit like that. So usually what I do is I try to think of either outlandish shit to say or silly stuff to say like that.
I've seen your fucking vibes and alkaline comparison.
Yeah,
you got killed for that. I'm like, oh, this man is wild.
That was I saw somewhere else and I was like, who the hell would even compare this to? Or whatever. Like that. So yeah, so I always try to make it like entertaining. That way you just happen to come across my ad in a sense, right?
But what are some of your pet peeves as a DJ? Like, why do you? What's some parts of your job that you hate or that gets annoying?
He does that a flashback. Too many. He's like, fuck. Which one do I choose?
I'll say pet peeves. So people that don't know music at all, that annoys me. So like, you'll be surprised how many times I'll play a song, right, by a specific artist. Suppose I'm playing a song by, I don't know, let's say Lil Baby, whatever, right? Somebody will come up and be like, can you play Lil Baby? I'm like, it's literally playing right now. Like that. So it's the
2 more songs away. 2 more songs away, I promise.
No, like it's literally currently playing on the speakers while they're requesting it. Like, I'm like...
That's annoying.
Like that. Or they'll be like, oh, can you play a song? I'm like, I literally played it like 5 minutes ago. I literally played that exact song 5 minutes ago. And they're like, can you play it again right now? I'm like, why would I do that? Nobody wants to hear that shit. Like nobody wants to hear the DJ immediately repeat a song. Like that.
That sick nigga that comes to the party. Hey, yo, play Free Code right now.
Yeah.
Bro, the party started in 5 minutes ago.
Like that too. Yeah.
Can you warm up a little bit?
People that are in a rush.
2 girls.
He walking in with his dick in his hand and shit. Like,
get your horny ass back in your car, man. Come back in and out. Come back in and out. Fuck wrong with you, man?
So I'll say that too. Like people that try to rush the party like that. Like I understand keeping the energy high depending on the size of the crowd, right? So for Pangea, we actually developed something called like the U curve, right? So typically at parties, is like this, right? So the energy's like this, and then it goes up like that, right? For Pangea, I actually started high, bring it to the middle, and then bring it back up like that. So the purpose of that was that I noticed that a lot of times people will come to parties late because they felt that it was like kind of dead
in the beginning.
Right? Not true, like not only just crowd, but also the vibe. The vibe just kind of felt a little slow, kind of, you know. Now that works for older people. People 25 and up, that works just fine because they want to come and talk, drink, whatever, do they think before they turn up. Younger crowds, those that are in college, man, they come in ready to party because they was probably already drinking on the way over. They was drinking in the parking lot. They was drinking in line. Like
they were drinking walking in there.
Yeah, so they want to go fast, right? So we ended up finding out that by doing an opposite U curve, where usually we start with Soka's high energy, that as long as we get the tempo high and the energy high, that we can have people dancing right from the start. So right from 10 o'clock, boom, they're already dancing. You know, it's not something where you're spending the first 2-3 hours, people awkwardly on the sides looking at each other, or like, you know, walking around, whatever. No, like they're dancing.
It's hard to find people post up at Pangea.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like, if you see a nigga post up at Pangea, kick him the fuck out. He about to shoot somebody.
Yeah,
there's too much ass here for you to look like this.
You look like a serial killer in the corner. Like, how are you mad? There's half naked bitches walking all over here.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of half naked
put that plaza on. Like, yo,
relax.
Walking around, and you don't want to like. That's another thing too. Like guys that request like male songs, what I consider male songs, like turn up songs, right? When there's like a whole bunch of girls, I'll be like, I literally tell them, they'll be like, oh, please, and I'm like, go get some ass, man. Like, what you doing? Like,
I don't want to hear Hard in the Paint when freaking throat is on.
Like, shit.
Like, you know, if you have a certain audience there, if you have a certain amount of like you have like 1,000 half-naked girls, like, why in the world would you want anything else but ass shaking shit like that?
True.
You know, but some guys are like that, and I literally go on the mic and I'll tell them, like,
guys need to go home.
Yeah, like, you gotta step away from your homeboy. I don't care if you came with that guy. I need you to walk away from your boy and go get some ass. Like, you're doing the wrong thing here.
Nah, you've assisted a lot of plays.
Yeah,
a lot of that is Floozy Central Pangea, and I don't even know if we literally like identified like the power of Pangea. Like Pangea is so big. Like you have people from like Orlando.
Oh, more than that.
More than that, you have other states
from out of state,
out of state,
country.
Out of country.
Yeah, so the cool thing about Eventbrite, you know, the little thing we used to sell tickets, whatever, is that it shows you where each ticket buyer is coming from.
Wow.
So especially around spring break, oh my god, like the whole Northeast, we get like 50, 100 people from New York, another couple from Connecticut, Pennsylvania, blah, blah. You get people from LA, you get people from like the UK, a bunch from Jamaica, a bunch from Trinidad. Like, it's wild. Like that. And I'm like, now given, for the out of country ones, they're probably not coming just for Pangea.
Yeah.
They're probably coming in general when they were looking up events. They're like, oh, that sounds like fun. They came like that. But for a lot of the ones, a lot of the ones in Orlando, Tallahassee, you know, Jacksonville, they coming specifically for Pangea. Like that.
So, what are some of your pet peeves, Gary?
Some of my pet peeves. Bro, I hate like hitting up a nigga that got no job and they always busy.
What?
Bro, like, that shit pisses me off.
What are you doing? Cleaning your shoes?
Are you busy looking for a job? No.
No. He gonna tell you he hustling. He doing something.
Like, bro. I have so many, like, trust me, my girlfriend knows that she always makes fun of me, like, you have so much damn pet peeves, oh my god. And I'm like, all right, another small one that's like, y'all gonna laugh at this one, like, if you know the nigga that has a plate of food and he puts his gum on the plate.
Oh.
You know how much gum costs?
Wait, what?
Gum costs 80 cents max.
Bro,
throw it out.
It's not that deep.
Maybe he didn't find a trash can. You gonna put that shit on the table?
That's crazy.
Bro, should we just talk about pet peeves at a party or pet peeves at Pangea?
Hey, bro, you can say it all. It don't matter.
First of all, if I'm at Pangea, all you freaking frat niggas, bro, do not stop the freaking circle where y'all freaking gyrating your shit, having a line and shit, doing your frat dances. Like, put them candy.
I tell them, a lot of times I'll tell them, the ones I know that, the ones I know personally that come, I'll tell them straight up, no strolling at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense. First of all, this ain't a college party, like a traditional college party.
Bro, put your candy canes away, bro. Come on.
It's not that deep. There's women here,
There's women here.
It's crazy.
Well, you gotta remember, for a lot of them, that's also the way they get women.
That is
which is corny though.
It is. It's very corny. But
ooh, look at my varsity jacket.
You know what I mean?
It is 90 degrees outside. Why are you wearing a varsity jacket?
I just thought about like when you see like college niggas at Pangea, they all have the same fit on: gray sweats, 11s, and shirtless. And with a baby tattoo on their chest like they Trey Songz. If you don't get the fuck out of here,
bro, I gotta roast one nigga. Your brother had the wildest Pangea outfit in history.
Yeah,
you talking about the one with the naked girls on it?
No.
I'm about to say
2017. So this is a good intro to talk about that Pangea. His brother, keep in mind, this is a swole ass dude.
Okay.
Like, pause. This man has a good looking body. He has a chest.
Like how
abs.
good?
He trying to get me.
Gary got a crush on my brother.
Oh my.
I'll let him not give him your number.
He's a fit nigga.
All right.
He's a fit nigga. So what do you think, like this swole dude, what do you think he wore to the party? What should he wear?
A mesh t-shirt.
A mesh t-shirt, possibly no t-shirt to get bitches.
Yeah.
This man, you know Jamaicans love wearing mesh t-shirts.
I hate that shit.
That's a fact. The different color one and the roster colors.
Yeah.
But we get it. Why do Jamaicans like always try to prove to you they're Jamaican, bro? Pulling up here, you were playing your song loud as fuck. You have the bandana on your back pocket. You don't have to wear a mesh t-shirt with the 3 colors.
No.
And then have some sick outfits.
Haitians go harder.
Oh, I know.
Jamaicans will have the little flag. You know, the little bandana flag. Haitians will come with the
big
fucking flagpole motherfucker. Like,
bro, niggas, bro, Reese freaking had a freaking Haitian
like
cape.
A superhero cape. It's a cape.
Bro, this man's brother wore a freaking hoodie, sweatpants, and Team Jordans.
Yeah,
looked like he ready to freaking like go to the gym. I'm like, dude,
that shit was crazy.
It's 90 degrees outside.
That shit was crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I was hot looking at this nigga.
Yeah, facts. But before you transition to like 2017 Pangea, let me tell you some of my pet peeves. I just hate when people start a conversation with me when I'm not trying to talk. Like, especially like when I'm at work, I'm on break. Don't talk to me. Like I'm off the clock. I'm like if I have to take off my earpods to talk to you, bro, please get away from me.
Been here for 8 hours. Why are you talking to me?
I have the headphones on for a reason.
You feel me? Like there's that, and then people chewing loud. Like if you chew your food super loud, I don't know. That irks me. And if you over talking during a movie, like this is why like sometimes like if there's a movie I really love, I'm not gonna have bitches.
Exactly. If you try Netflix and chill with your girl, oh my gosh, she's gonna ask you a question every 5 minutes. Like this isn't a new movie for both of y'all.
Yeah,
like
that shit is annoying.
Like what I seen is what you seen. I don't have no more information than you have.
If I have to pause it and rewind, it, you getting on my nerves.
The constant pause.
Shut the fuck up.
You know what the funny thing is, because my girl, she's a screenwriter. She's so like she, so when she watches a movie,
analyzing the fuck out of it.
Babe, look at the lighting.
I just want to watch the movie.
I don't care.
She's like, oh, look at the camera angles, this and that. Oh, I love the dialogue. I'm like,
that's fine. Write it in your notes and shut the fuck up.
All right.
Like, I'm in her, Gary.
You gotta be like,
I'm like the Lord. You know when you have the angel and the devil.
You're not sending me to an angry home this week.
I'm not. But I know Gary's sentiments all the time. Gary can look at his girl and I automatically know what he means. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna say anything. But I get it. Like, that's just not the time. Watch that movie again on your own time. Pay your own money when we're not on a date, and then you can analyze it with yourself. Because when they with their homegirls, they don't do that shit. They want to do all that cute shit with you. Yeah. Stop impressing me with your skills. I'm trying to watch this with you.
I didn't say all that.
I'm just trying to watch the movie with you and maybe fuck. Hey, camera angles don't get my dick hard.
She's just currently not talking for me, by the way.
Allegedly.
So let's get into the shits, man.
All right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to hear what the fuck happened in Pangea Spring Break 2017.
All right, so 2017 Pangea.
This is Carroll City, I believe, right?
No, this is like North Miami. This is
Miami?
This is like by 125th.
Right by the finger licking, I think.
Kind of, yeah, around that area. Yeah, correct.
Specifically that Pangea. Please get into it.
All right, so as we were going around, we try to find some venues, blah, blah, blah. We found one venue, and it was already being used by other parties, big parties too. right? So we're like, we got this. We're doing the same thing, right? So we should be good. Boom, we book it. The venue tells us we have to use their security, right? And I'm cool with it because sometimes clubs, that's how they work. You have to use their company like that. Now, thing is, their security was used to working Jamaican events, right?
Okay.
If you don't know anything about Jamaican events, the party is from 10 to 4. Nobody gets there till like 2:30. Right? So
That's right.
So with them coming late is not a big deal. They think 10 I'll show up around 11:30, 12, whatever. Who cares, right?
I do the same shit.
And that. So that's what the company thought was gonna happen. That our party was gonna be just like that, right? Which logically, they're using past situations for their judgment, which they were right to use, whatever. Now we told them, hey, look, man, people come here early. Right? Pangea is one of those parties that people show up from the jump. Now, party starts at 10. We're setting up. It's 7 o'clock. People already start showing up. Like that. So 7 o'clock, 3 hours before it even starts, people are like, where do we park? This is for Pangea. Or I'm like, yeah. But I'm like, go park over whatever deal. And that. But I'm like, the party don't even start for a while. Like, oh no, I'm trying to get a good spot. I'm trying to get in line first. Like that. One of the crazy things, because the previous spring break one got shut down, I guess now people just want to show up dumb early just in case it gets shut down again.
I'm going to get my money's worth this year.
But I don't blame them. All right, so by 10 o'clock, we must have at least 1,000 people outside. All right, given...
How many?
At least 1,000 people were already in line. And craziest part was there was no line. Or like no official line set up because the security was never there to set up the barricades.
Just crowd.
Yeah, just a big crowd trying to, circle the front of it. Again, like I said, we can't get nobody in without scary patting people down. So then we get into the issue. We got to wait for them to come. They come. Now it's too late to set up barricades. So now you're trying to move hundreds of people out the way to set it up. And that, so we can't do it. So what they ended up doing was they ended up having like a very small opening, probably fit one person, and then try to get one person in at a time. Now you imagine
that door, right? That's outside. Yeah.
You imagine 1,000 people all fighting for one tiny spot to squeeze through. Not gonna work. No way it's gonna work. So eventually, people do what people do, and they revolted. They staged the coup.
Moving the president.
Yeah.
I just want to say this. Everyone's highly upset because they already paid for this event.
Yeah.
And we've been standing in line
so the
hours.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So a lot of people were already in line. I'm gonna say easily hour, 2 hours minimum.
Hot.
Already I paid their $40-$50.
And this is in Miami, ladies and gentlemen.
North Miami.
This is not in New York.
Yeah.
In December.
And plus, we're not in the suburbs either.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, for very logical reasons, people got mad at that. Well, we even had people offering like, "Oh, I'll pay $100 to get in now," and I'm like, we trying to move it all in. All right, we're trying to figure something out. So, eventually, they start pushing on the fence. All right, I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm trying to keep the fence up. Right?
Oh.
After a while, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna win this war. So then I'll.
That boy said, "Head up
for your own safety." Shit.
Yeah, I was about to get trampled, bitch. So I was like, nope, not gonna be me. Like that. So walked away from it like that. Because it wasn't just me. It was like me and a bunch of other people trying to hold it up like that. And then after a while, I was just like, it's gonna be a wrap like that. So eventually they brought down the fence. And they started walking over. Now, of course, this fence, have barbed wire on the top. So a lot of people, as they were trying to walk over, cutting up their legs a little bit. Nothing serious, hopefully, thankfully, but scratches and little marks here and there. I think somebody's car got hella fucked up because people were like on top of it.
Oh yeah, because I know what y'all did. Y'all tried to have a car, so I guess to like block off a certain.
That person wasn't even part of the party. All right.
Oh, so that person did.
Yeah, it was just a random person. They didn't even know there was a party going on that day there. They just parked their car there, and God said, "Screw you." Like
Niggas was jumping over the car. Glass was broken.
Yeah.
Hood, get to this fuck.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah, horrible,
Bro.
That's some bad luck. Anyway, but yeah, so at that point, I'm like, I tell people, hey, look, man, fuck it. Everybody, we got 2 openings anyways. There's no way I'm going to be able to, at this point, because there's no, there's no solid entry point. There's no way we're going to be able to scan people before they get in. Fuck it, everybody just go in. Like that. So, within 20 minutes later, we have this huge crowd. I'm talking about it's dumb lit. Fucking wild as hell. Everyone's drunk as hell. There's like 2,000 people there. Blah, 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 blah. There's still more people on the way.
There's got to be more than 2,000 people.
Yeah.
There's gotta be.
At that point, it was only 2,000 people. Like that at 12 o'clock, right?
There's like some Project X type shit.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, luckily it wasn't nobody's house, so we didn't break nothing. But besides the fence. But at that point, police show up. Now, usually we hire police for all our events, right? As we did the 2 previous parties that we did at the paintball field, we hired police, and it worked out flawlessly. Now, for that specific area, we were trying to hire the police for at least about I'm gonna say 2 months. We were talking to them. Hey, what's going on? We're trying to book you guys off through the police for an event. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we'll get back to you later. Okay, cool. Come back a couple weeks later. Hey, what's going on? It's coming. Ooh, nice. A week of the party, they finally tell us, yeah, we don't feel like working no events. Like that. And it wasn't just our event, just events in general. They did not want to do off-duty detail for any events, which is currently the case, I think, also even at the Cave, because at the Cave doesn't have police. They just have security outside. Like that. And most places want police because the cops when you put cop cars outside your event, it automatically triggers some people into like, oh, let me not be stupid. Like,
for sure.
Let me vibe.
Let me not bring my strap in here.
Yeah. I mean, you weren't gonna bring it in anyway because security was not gonna let you bring it. But I'm saying like,
oh no, that event there's some straps in there for sure.
At the end of it, when security couldn't do nothing. But anyway, so it kind of gets people to behave a little better. So we always want them there. So at every Pangea after that one and prior to that one, we had police like that. It's just for whatever reason, the ones in that specific district just were like, screw y'all, and every other party like that. So we couldn't hire them, and lo and behold, here they come like that. And they're like, you guys have a permit? And I'm like, well, we can't get a permit without hiring you guys, and you guys don't want to be hired, so
permit
like that. So you're like, obviously, we don't have a permit. Like, it's impossible to get a permit in this area, apparently, thanks to you guys like that. So they're like, okay, shut it down. And I'm like, okay, let me just calm the crowd down first, because you don't want people leaving during a hype part.
Oh my God. That's where the fights happen.
Yeah, exactly. The energy
almost on some ass, man.
Yeah, like that. You want to calm them down first, play some slow jams, chill shit. Get them, easing them out like that. As opposed to just shut up, it's over like that, right? So I told the cop that, and she was like, nah, do it now.
Fuck all that shit.
Like that. And I was like, nah. Like that. So then, of course, she put me in handcuffs.
Oh,
like that.
What?
Yeah, I've been handcuffed hella times. Never arrested though. Like that. I understand the difference between being detained and being arrested. It's a very key difference. Like that. But yeah, so
being in handcuffs in your own party is crazy.
I'm
my name on this shit.
People be like, fucking look at that. I ain't thought that. Like as I'm walking out, nigga, like, what's up?
But that shit make you that shit is gangster though, because you're like, you see the list, I'm going for y'all.
Yeah.
I was trying to show everybody a good time.
Yeah,
bro. I can't confirm.
I fight for my parties.
I can't confirm if it was that Pangea, but like when the party was about to be shut down, I can't confirm if either that one or another one, but. The DJ was playing, bro. If you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh, it was that one.
No,
that one was like the last 3 songs must have been like Finito and some other shit. Like it was
fuck the police by NWA. Yo.
Niggas already rowdy. Hellcats is roaring up.
Yeah. And then
the helicopters.
Yeah. So then.
Some GTA
I don't know
shit.
what in the world was going on, but these cops were taking it very serious. They shut down the entire 7th Ave. That whole street for miles on it was shut down. I couldn't
get out for
there was no
hours.
Yeah, people were stuck there for a while like that, and there was helicopters flying over and shit like that. I'm like, it's that serious, man?
It's some movie shit though, bro.
I'm like, it's a party, relax.
Hella fights happen. Hella fights.
I bet. I mean, yeah, when you got no security, you got people riled up and drunk, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why I tell people, you got to calm down. I tell police all the time, never shut down a party. If you want to shut down, tell them it has to end in 30 minutes. We're going to give you this time, too.
Yeah. Work your way. That's more reasonable.
But they telling over 2,000 people, y'all got to go home now.
Yeah, like right now.
And some niggas just got there.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them were still on the way there. They were
exactly. I'm not going to drive for 2 hours and you tell me to get the fuck out. Like,
a nigga got fly and shit. First of all, I don't know why niggas get fly at Pangea. Your shit about to get ruined. Niggas
my favorite one was the paintball one. The one that was like the very first paintball one was mad muddy. All right? Motherfuckers had like
baby powder being thrown everywhere and shit. Like...
That's crazy.
I tell it too. I tell people all the time, like, man, look, Pangea is not a dressy party. Other dressy parties, brunches, like beach party, you can come kind of dressed up. Don't come to Pangea dressed up. You will regret it. It's like going to Juve. You will never go to Juve dressed up. Like, why would you go to a paint party dressed up? Like, you dumbest person in the world.
That's crazy.
And then, but yeah, so after that one, luckily, like I said, they didn't get arrested. The cop loved me at the end. She was like, "Oh, I feel so bad. I had to shut you guys down. You seem like you're a great guy."
Care.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's always female cops arresting me because the next time.
Why like on a side note, why are women cops so aggressive?
Because I feel like they're not gonna be taken serious.
They got a point to prove.
Yeah, and that. So they feel like because you know how guys are. You know, if a girl's handcuffing you, you're like, "What's up, man? You trying to play games?"
Shit, I'm like, "Oh wait, you want to do this right now?"
Yeah. You know, so like,
oh, you want to put me in the back of your car?
They probably after a while they probably get annoyed with that, so that's probably why they start becoming a little more stern, more aggressive.
You put it on me first, then I put it on you.
Mrs. Officer.
I got a couple of female cop friends. They say that it's like they hear that all the time.
Oh shit, me. Yeah. Can you take me to my house after this?
Release me.
I would get my shit off. Are you a big movie guy?
Movies? Here and there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's funny. I think, what was it? Disney Plus came out. Mm-hmm. I think everybody was talking about all the movies on there. I'm like, I ain't seen none of these.
Word?
Like yeah, my childhood was very limited. There's a lot of Disney movies I just never seen or even much heard of.
If you could narrow it down to like one movie choice, like what's your favorite movie and what kind of like lesson or life advice you got from it?
Ooh. Well, I mean, favorite movie. That's different one. So, favorite movie as far as one of my favorite movies in general is called Requiem for a Dream. Very horrifying movie, honestly. But it's just about like heroin addicts, basically. But it's very. I like it because of the what's it called?
Cinematography.
Yeah, there you go. The way it was shot was weird. Like it's a little, they zoom in the eyeballs and it's like that. And I don't know. It's one of those things you have to see to understand how weird the way they shot the movie was. As far as more traditional movies that aren't, fucking weird as hell, probably Pursuit of Happiness.
What you got from that?
For me it was just the story of the dad with the kid, Will Smith and his son, like that, and and the story that was actually in the movie, like that. Just like the idea that you're gonna do whatever it takes for your kid, like that. I'm very big with kids. So when I saw that, that was a very nice movie like that he was able to do what he needed to do for him like that. And
that's real.
Yeah, it's just nice. It was a nice movie. I just like it. I think it was probably one of his best. I mean, for me,
performances wise, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably my favorite movie from him.
With me now, I believe that's hard, but my favorite movie, the first thing I can think of is Training Day. That's like my favorite.
Oh yeah, Training Day was fire. Yeah,
bro, Training Day.
Yeah, Denzel killed that one.
Bro, because the thing is, like, the movie, like, because it obviously came out when we were really young, but as you watch it older, like, bro, the storyline is so freaking crazy.
Yeah. Even though when you're little, you're not really paying attention to the story.
Yeah, like, you just, hey, Denzel. But like, the fact is that this man is, like, obviously because he owes, like, some Italian dude's money. Yeah. But the fact that he had everything planned out to, like, get this rookie-ass cop, do some dirt for me, and I got him, he got him roped up into the situation. Now he has to do what he has to say. And I'm like, just like, look at the storyline. I'm like, that's so fucking like original. Like, I never seen a movie do this. But like a movie that I got a lesson from was, I think I've said it in one episode. It was Scarface.
Oh, Scarface.
No, that scene where like he's drunk as shit and they're like in the dinner and. Like,
the cockroaches.
Well, no, it was the scene where it's like he's drunk as fuck and he's like, bro, like, so this is what is it? This is what is it? That scene actually made me take a break from school. The reason because like I can't remember the whole quote, but the fact is he says that, hey, look, I'm the bad guy. Like, the only difference between me and you is that I'm not afraid to be who I want to be. Yeah. And you have to really think about like where he came from. Like he came from like, was it Cuba, right?
I think in the movie, yeah.
Yeah, he came from Cuba. And like, he literally started from literally the ground. Literally the ground. And the fact that he fucked a lot of people over, but he wanted to get to where he wanted to go to. And that just gave me inspiration. Like, damn, like, if you really want to be someone, you can definitely be it.
Yeah. Depending how much legal stuff you're willing to do.
That's true. That's true. The legal way.
For me, it was, as far as like, my favorite movie, I got two of them. Favorite movie is, one of them is Bronx Tale, because for me it touched on a lot of...
That boy love mafia movies.
It touched a lot about like colorism, family, what's important, and just being a role model to somebody, and giving them the option to find. It's like a coming of age story. So pretty much, you know, it gave you a perspective on how there's two paths in life. In life, like you have to pick whichever road you think is gonna lead you to a successful life. And I feel like that movie kind of exhibited that, you know, properly. Because it had a lot of elements, like a lot of gems in the movie, like, you know, dating or just the type of friends you choose to have around, and just how your family plays a role in who you pick to be your wife. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that you can learn from people that's outside of your family. Or you can learn from different cultures. So that and Godfather Part 2.
Oh yeah, that's the best one. I always said Part 2 is always the best one.
I love Part 1, but it was giving you. Oh, I watched all three. Beautiful.
It's on Netflix. That's when I started watching when it came on Netflix.
Godfather Part 2, because it showed me like a man that like that's not the path he chose.
At all.
But sometimes like things get thrown your way, and it's like you got to do what you got to do. Do I disappoint my family and start a new family? But that's the family that gave me everything. So how do I turn my back on hundreds of people that rely on me to eat, to just be selfish and just have my own family and ditch the original place that I came from? You get what I'm saying? So I just learned a lot about legacy and just doing what it takes. Like, and sometimes like, even to this day, like, I relate to the movie a lot. Just having a woman in your life that does not understand your lifestyle. That hits home all the time. Because I'm like, yo, you understood exactly, you know, just a callback from the first topic, knowing what you signed up for. My family is part of the mafia. Like, at some point,
it's going to
trickle into
it's gonna like, I'm gonna take part. I'm gonna call to testify, or something is gonna happen.
People are always gonna be like, they're just hoping that you'll change eventually.
You get what I'm saying? So it just, you know,
let alone thrills women too.
You know, him sacrificing. You know, when, you know, even the part where she was like, I had an abortion because I didn't want to bring another child in this world that is related to this, and it's just like you kind of like get a take on like, who do I satisfy in this world? Is it me? Is it my family? Is it the family that I choose? You get what I'm saying? So the movie is all about choices, and that's very like, you know, introspective, and I love that. So for sure. But yeah, man, that's part of Gary, you gotta watch them shits, man.
I'm not like, it's a little slow at first, especially when you're starting with the first one, but it picks up. It's like, well, you ever seen Ozark? Kind of like that, where it's like really slow.
I haven't seen Ozark, but I heard that's another good show.
Yeah, it's kind of just really.
It was too slow for me. I gave up. I'm like, where's this going? Cause you know what it reminded me of? Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad was fast paced. You kind of see like, where he said fuck that shit. I'm doing this. But Ozark is just like the dude was too gullible in the beginning. It's like, you're a man. Why you? Okay, cool. You got to do what you got to do. You dealing with these people now. Man up. Like, how your wife have more composure than you.
Oh no, his wife's the G. Ozark, the women are the stars of the show, not the men.
I'm like, bro, you a man, bro. A nigga pull out a gun and you crying and you fuck out of here.
I don't know. Someone pull out a gun and you ain't gonna.
Man. So, as somebody that, you know, created a business, a brand, you know, I've seen, you know, you put some of your family in positions to kind of make money with you, and you had to develop a lot of real relationships and superficial relationships as well. Because I'm pretty sure, like, no promoter is only loyal to you, because they probably not only getting money from you. So, you know, how is it important to, you know, like, to elevate or to get to certain levels? Like, what do you do to kind of maintain peace as far as breaking certain relationships with certain people?
I think the easiest way to basically cut a relationship, or at least business relationship off, is to let them cut themselves, honestly. Like that. So a lot of times people, when they don't put a lot of effort into something, right, you'll talk to them and be like, hey, I see that, you know, this ain't really where your heart is at. Like, I understand, like, you know, whatever, you're not interested in this. You know, we can work on something else, maybe something you come up with, and we'll work on that. But as far as this right here, I think it's better if, you know, we take you off of it, because obviously it's not something that you're truly interested in. You're just wasting your time with it initially, like that. But I still will work with you on other things, maybe something that you have, because I know that because it's your idea and it's your, you know, initial thought, you want to work on it for real.
Okay. Have you ever had to do that with any family members or just close relatives?
No, because I pretty much live down here by
family.
myself, so I don't really have to do that much with them as far as cut them off or anything like that. Actually, outside of my immediate family, I don't know much about my family.
Okay.
Because a lot of them are still back in Nicaragua.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Gary, have you ever had to, break up in a sense with friends or family to kind of get somewhere or for, inner peace or just elevation in life?
For sure. As far as, I think that might be one of my bad traits is that I cut off people too easy.
Wow.
Not as for like everyone out there, if I haven't talked to you in like God knows when, it's not because I'm like have something against you, but it's if you were in like my circle, I guess, like very frequently, obviously I had to change something to get to where I need to be in life, I guess.
Sure.
Hopefully that doesn't sound too selfish, but it's like we're just not on the same type of time at that very moment. Not saying that we can't be on the same type of time in the future, just like right now it's just like you're not what's best for me right at this very moment.
Yeah,
I want to get
I feel as though Kodak should be like.
Oh my gosh.
For sure.
How many second chances can a man have?
And then at that time, especially once you become successful, especially when you're in the spotlight, when you're considered a public figure, you understand that everything you do is going to be scrutinized. So if you feel like you're going to reach a certain level of success, like if you're headed towards that path, sometimes you're going to have to, not necessarily cut off, you can still talk to them on the phone, FaceTime, whatever you want to do with your friends. But if you have certain friends that do dumb shit, you can't be hanging around with them.
I don't want to see Kodak and Pompano. I really don't. Like Kodak, do not be in Pompano.
Do not go back around the same people you grew up with. Please.
I mean,
if anything, you can invite them over to your crib, maybe. I don't know, but like,
Even that is a risk.
It's a law. Like when you get released from jail, you're supposed to stay away from felons.
Exactly.
like-
Bro, like Dirk and Vaughn couldn't even be together.
Yeah, just shit for a
like
lot.
something personal. You can call them up. text
Even
them.
me
Yeah.
was like, yo, if you own a gun.
But like, dog, stop getting your ass in trouble around
Facts.
your friends. Like,
Actually,
Real shit.
quick question. Have you ever had celebrities at Pangea?
celebrities Pangea. I don't know. It depends. I guess what scale you trying to go for.
I guess any like artists or
Yeah. The last Pangea we had on Spring Break, not the past one, but the one before that, we had Major 9. He's come to a bunch of.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's come. Yeah, he did come to the one before that too.
Boy, out here.
Yeah, he actually shot one of his videos there. He
Really?
got footage of the crowd and some other shots of it like that. And I didn't even know until like one of my other friends showed me later. He's like, yeah, I knew he was there, but I didn't know he was getting footage of everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He's one of those that's out there with the people.
I knew he was there because the man caught the section, and I was very happy.
And I meant to ask you, I don't know if it's coincidence, but every single time there's a Pangea, there's a 2K pool party.
Oh yeah,
right
no, it's funny
Pangea.
thing. So me and the guys that throw 2K, we actually went to the same college. We both went to FAU, right?
Oh, so it's connected. Okay.
Yeah, well, in a sense. So we're connected. The parties are connected, but we actually, like me and Julian, we when I started DJing, I didn't talk on the mic. 'Cause I was very shy, right? So he would hop on the mic at some events. So at some events, he will be hired to talk on the mic, and I would be hired to DJ. So that's how we got to know each other. And then, of course, from there, I started to DJ the 2K pool parties. So I say probably, I say out of all the DJs, I probably DJ them the most, like that. And the ones I haven't DJed was because I told him I couldn't make it just because Pangea was too close in time to what set he wanted me. And, obviously, like, Pangea, like, I got to be there 3-4 hours in advance minimum to set everything up. You're talking about building a club in the middle of a parking lot. That's a lot of work. Like that. So, depending on the time I can come. If we set up the day before, right, then yeah, I'll be like, oh yeah, I got you. I'm there. Boom, like that. But yeah, he always calls me. He's always like, hey, when are you doing Pangea? And I'm like, this day. He's like, okay. You doing that at night? I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. Like that. He's like trying to make sure we don't clash. Like that.
Okay. You guys very competitive?
Nah, not even competitive. Like we support each other a lot. Like that. So
that's what I like. They're getting money. They're happy. There's no animosity.
Yeah, and they've been to a bunch of them like that. Like they'll come out and hang out and stuff like that. So there's no competition.
It's all love,
like,
bro.
I don't see the point in competing with people. Like, that's stupid. Like that's not in a I'm better than you kind of
cocky.
more like in a
Some flex.
it's dumb. Like
We can get all money together.
yeah. Like I
bro.
told people all the time, I would have been started selling drugs if people weren't fucking killing and robbing each other all the time.
That's a good way to put
If it
it.
wasn't for that, I would have been selling drugs. Fuck out of here.
Bro, Before we close out with 2K, like when I say with the 2K pool party, that's probably the biggest flex thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's a lot of flexing, yeah.
Bro, I remember I went to my first 2K pool party. I felt like a dumbass because I actually went in swimming trunks.
Oh no, niggas got Balenciagas on. You crazy?
Yeah.
I see niggas.
It's only a few. It's very few.
And the girls are barely in the pool.
Bro,
They just have your
what
little
pool?
toes.
What pool?
So half of them, yeah.
When it used to be at a pool, it worked out fine. But as they got bigger, there's no place that can find that has a pool that can fit all the
They had a kiddie pool and like some shit.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do it in the neighborhood. You can't do it at hotels because hotels want to keep their own crowd like that. So at this point, the same thing with Catch a Vibe or any other pool party, right? They have to build their own pool, which sucks. Nobody likes it. They don't like it. They wish they could find a pool, that somebody owns that's big and they do a party at, but it ain't happening.
Yeah, if you see a nigga trying to swim over there, kick his ass out.
But no, I know there's a lot of flexing. They make a lot of money at their bar. I know that for a fact. So that's good for them.
Man, I just want to say, bro, we really appreciate you stopping by to the pod, bro.
Bro, you like the epitome of a common man, bro. Like when I met you, bro, this man had fucking basketball shorts on and slides. I'm like, this is the man that brought everybody out here. Like talking. You so humble, like you humble, bro, and you don't
wanted to wear the Pangea. I never got a chance to because I always I'd be too much in a rush. I want to wear a fucking scuba suit to fucking Pangea.
Honestly, and listen,
Scuba Steve.
That's like, and the way you carry yourself, you don't even act like this is my shit. You're not in front, like you're not out there
I wore
trying
an animal costume to this other, like Waffle Night. I threw Waffle Night. I wore animal costume to that one, like that. So I just have fun, man.
And you know what it is, and
you should wear a marshmallow hat.
And you still somewhat a mystery because a lot of people don't know that you actually Hispanic. A lot of people are thinking like one of the black DJs are Thunder. A lot of niggas might be getting pussy just off your name. Like, I'm Thunder.
The word Thunder's like ghost.
Yeah. No. You know how many people probably got pussy off of saying that Pangea was their party? I heard so many people were claiming.
I believe it.
Really? I believe it. I was like, oh my God. I love it, man. Do what you got.
So where can people find you, man?
Right now, only on Instagram because my Twitter got suspended.
I don't even want to know why.
Nah, it wasn't even nothing crazy. Like, it was fucking music. Like, background music for your videos. Like copyright shit. I never claimed to make this song.
Yes, bro. Even on Instagram Live now, you can't play shit.
So see, Instagram at least tells you, hey, please remove it. Let's just take it out.
How do they sense you playing music? It's like I swear to God.
Twitter will literally kill your account. They wouldn't even give you a warning. Nothing. They'll just kill your account, say, never come back again.
Yeah,
I'm like, dang, it's so harsh.
Artists gotta get paid.
Yeah, by time, look, I'm not claiming I made the song. Like, I'm not claiming to be Tupac. Like,
they clearly don't look like him. I know you got a couple of events coming up. Like, can you announce any official dates right now?
I can. So right now, you have Lavish Brunch. That's on the 21st of February. Obviously not this month. We already passed it. But yeah, so 21st February. That's brunch. Very nice brunch like that. That's more for the drinking, eating crowd like that. Obviously turn up too, but that's like once it gets started, you have to act cool and shit in the daylight. Like that. Very dressy too. Like people usually come pretty sharp. Beyond that, back to my wild parties. I'm not the one throwing it, but my boys throw it, so I'm give a shout out to them. Island Fever, the phone party, that's on the, I believe, 6th of March. And then Pangea will be on the 13th.
That phone fucked me up one time. We're not going to talk about it.
Bro, I want to, really, right before you leave, so what is a Pangea like during COVID?
During COVID? Oh, I don't even know, because we threw it during COVID, and you would have thought it was a regular one.
Guidelines in Miami?
Nah. All right, let's finish up with the date so we don't fuck them up.
So Island Fever on the, what's it called? Damn, I forgot.
You getting too much money.
Then the 13th is Pangea. We're gonna put that in for out later, but by the time this video is out, then the info will be out anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
That.
Tap in, man.
Yeah, and then of course this weekend, tomorrow I'm in Fort Myers, and Sunday got the Three Kings brunch in Lauderdale.
I heard that one. That one is.
Yeah, Three Kings is nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out there.
It's a very diverse crowd too. It's my kind of crowd where you can play, like Jamaican music, Haitian music, Spanish music, pop. Whatever.
Expect to see it, sir.
It don't matter. They're down for whatever.
I'll be indoors. Respectfully.
I'll send you some videos. song.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something. Brunch is the perfect thing to take your girl to. Like,
No, cause like I'm still a little kind of iffy on being out right now.
Oh, you're talking about as far as COVID and shit?
Yeah.
Man, hey, listen, I appreciate you for taking the drive and coming to fuck with us. Like I said, man, very humble guy, and you know, great work ethic, always booked and busy, which we love and appreciate here. We try to invite tastemakers and people that have an impact on our culture. So shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing and keep elevating, bro. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
So what do you go by?
I go by the name of Cheech, aka find me a Valentine's Day. You feel me? Valentine's Day is coming up. What we doing? AKA, man, I'm just chilling, man, with the guys.
All right. Well, I go by the name of Gary, AKA in Gary Bree Trust, AKA. Telling you, tell your baby mama leave me alone. I'm taking it. I don't want to say it no more. Yeah, man.
Girls love niggas that don't take it. That's crazy.
No, I want to come up with a perfume called Taken. Like, that's gonna be.
Whoa, we gotta cut that out.
You giving them too much juice.
Too much. On the next episode. And what are we?
These are the aesthetics, man.
Catch
See
you on
y'all
the next
next week.
episode.